I do.
Okay, that's all right.
Good afternoon. My name is Lamai Marin. I'm a state certified limited electrical contractor. I own Marin Electrical Solutions. I have two items that I would like to present to the board for proper review and guidance. One is I recently completed a review cycle for a project involving the replacement of electrical switchgear. And I was informed that there's a memorandum classifying coastal areas as corrosive. This is dated 10/7/2015. It's an interpretation of electrical equipment in corrosive locations. So during the review cycle, I pushed back. John Hall was brought in to provide clarification. So a couple of points that I want to make is, so NEMA 4X equipment is what the memorandum is stating that all coastal areas are required to have for their electrical equipment. In review, if you go to any of the governing bodies, OSHA, DOT, FBC, all of the classifications or definitions for corrosive are having to do with the reaction to chemicals on the skin. So no reference anywhere where you find that coastal areas are considered corrosive. In this particular case, the equipment isn't manufactured in NEMA 4X because of the rating. So the NEMA 4X has a rating of corrosive and also hose down. So the information that I received from manufacturers was that, you know, they can't make it in NEMA 4X because you don't want anyone taking a hose to the equipment with unfused wiring. On the memorandum, it states specifically, it is important to know that I'm paraphrasing. It's important to note that a number of conflicts with design professionals have developed due to the lack of clarity and definitions pertaining to the installation of electrical equipment in corrosive location. And then just to top it off, NFPA 70 in 2020 explicitly defines corrosive environment in 680 in the swimming pool section. It has to do with chemicals. In this particular case, also with this owner, they were forced to either put an enclosure around the equipment or sign a hold harmless agreement. So I think it's an overreach, in my opinion, of, you know, what you find as far as corrosive and the definitions. So I'll give you some quick.
Can I ask you for a moment? What are you seeking from us today?
So
They're just
reconsideration, like a proper review, and reconsideration of that
Had a
memorandum.
review already?
I'm sorry?
You had a review already?
We did. They ended up signing a hold harmless agreement. But I think enforcing NEMA 4X equipment to obtain compliance for equipment that doesn't exist.
Where is the location of the area?
So in this case, it's underneath an open garage It's about
What part of town?
Miami Beach.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So we're talking, that's what's causing the discussion. Can I hear from?
Can we hear the chair? Can I ask him a question?
Yeah, sure.
Did you appeal this decision to our board prior to complying with their requirement of?
Not 4 minutes, not 4 minutes. That was,
I think that would be the step to follow.
sure. Yeah, whatever guidance you guys can offer me,
Right.
I agree.
What we can do, we can interpret based on your information is the decision that the building official made in your particular case.
Right.
But right now you're presenting a broad case for us
General
to
discussion.
re-review the policy or the code.
The
For the
memorandum.
county, which I don't know if we have that authority at this point.
Yeah, he's talking about an interpretation, a prior interpretation issued by the board about flexible equipment in corrosive environment. So
Okay.
it's an interpretation.
But it's not for a particular case.
No, interpretations are general,
Well, it's a particular case because, you know, we're personally involved with
Go
this
ahead.
project.
May I see that memo, please?
Sure.
But your case is resolved, right?
Well, it's ongoing. We haven't finished the project yet, but
But you have a letter
we have a permit
And a whole lot.
You have a whole
and a
harm.
hold harm.
and a hold harmless that the owner had to sign.
So your case is resolved. Because you're going forward.
Correct.
Okay.
And just to remind the board, the gentleman is here under reasonable opportunity to be heard, so we could take his comments, and then if the board has any action to take, then that could be agenda at a future meeting.
Anybody want to entertain a motion to bring him before the board
Just
later on?
Just to
I would
suggest,
refer it to you. You're the expert in that field.
either that or refer to the building subcommittee, let them look at it. One of
I'd
the,
like to hear from John.
Good afternoon, John Hall, Assistant Code Officer. So it's been a number of years since that ruling was made by BORA that for in salt environments, that they would require 4X enclosures because of the rust and everything that's associated with that. It's been that way for a long time, since before I got here. So that's just something that's the way it's been, and 4X has been the standard for forever. It's like the strongest metallic boxes that we've got to resist corrosion. So that's the reason for it.
Good chair,
Yeah, go ahead.
so all. But just because we've been doing it for years like that. Is that right?
Well,
I said, has there been a problem in the past, which is what I always focus my,
Well, it has been a problem in the past, was the reason they initially put it into play. When you take a standard metallic box, the salt environment rusts it out really quick. So 4X is the most tolerant box configuration that we've got to slow down the rusting of the equipment. So yeah, I mean, because when you're by the coast, I mean, it's the atmosphere is salty. And so, yeah, so it rusts a whole lot faster. I mean, it's not like if we were in the middle of Hialeah, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But when you're in these coastal areas and along the islands and stuff, it's a big issue.
And for that was, Mr. Martinez, inquiring with Mr. Hall.
Okay. Can I add something
Sure, go ahead.
to his point?
Yes.
I'm not saying that accelerated deterioration doesn't occur in coastal areas. That's not my argument. My argument is the blanket requirements for NEMA 4X and the classification of coastal areas as corrosive environments. So corrosive, by definition, from OSHA, from NFPA 70, Florida Building Code has to do with agents that, the corrosive agent that is one that causes visible destruction of or irreversible changes to living tissue at the point of contact. That OSHA's definition. Florida Building Code actually excludes from their definition inanimate surfaces. So it seems like if the coastal area is defined as corrosive, then that would merit public safety issue because it's corrosive. So accelerated deterioration and corrosive are very different.
Go ahead.
Another question regarding the specifics of your project. Was your property adjacent to a waterway or a beach?
Well, 400 feet from a waterway.
Did the property abut the waterway?
The property abuts the water.
The property did abut the water. And the equipment was
on the far
undercover, but open in the garage.
Correct.
So they can freeze-away wall somewhere. Okay. Go ahead.
Will we refer this to the building subcommittee?
I'll second that.
Off to the-
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
We're gonna defer your case to building subcommittee. We're gonna re-review this memorandum and see how it applies to your particular situation.
Got it. Thank you.
All right.
And then the second item that I have is to do with the 30-year recertification guidelines for the electrical portion.